Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Marianne Elise and I teach people how to change a life by changing their thoughts. And today what I'm going to be teaching you is how to identity shift to manifest absolutely anything. I don't know what's going on with my bun up there, but I don't give a fuck. It's a bit floppy, never mind. Right, so before I get into it, I just want to say thank you to everyone who gives me thumbs up, everyone that comments, everyone that subscribes. Thanks very much. Really does help other people to find my channel and find out that they too can change a life by changing their thoughts. Right, so identity shifting. For those of you who don't have any idea whatsoever what identity shifting is, it's basically saying, this is who I am now, and this is who I am going to be. And you then step into that and you become that person. And by becoming that person, you then subconsciously end up manifesting it for yourself. I'm loving this. I might just keep my hair like this all the time. Maybe not. So, yes, what you need to do is, this is a really simple task. Like I've been asking you to do a few times lately, get yourself a piece of paper and a pen. You might want to pause the video or watch it all the way at the end and then come back later on with some paper and a pen and do it again. Right, so what you need to do, start by writing down your identity that you are now. So start with the absolute basics: skin colour, hair colour, eye colour, what your job is, and just all those basic things: who your family are, who your friends are, what your hobbies are, the way that you like to dress, all of those sort of things. Then next, decide who you want to become. Who do you want to become? So I've decided today I'm going to shift into a brand new identity as a high earning YouTuber. So I guess you can watch along with me and see how long it takes me to manifest it. So right, so then what you need to do next is then put the basics down. Are any of those basics going to change? Skin colour, I fucking think not. Eye colour, unless you get contact lenses. Hair colour, maybe, who knows. You might decide to shave your hair off, bleach it and become a sexy Eminem. But whoa, whoever thought that sexy and Eminem would come in the same sentence? Not me. But so then decide what you're going to look like. How would you dress? How are you going to walk? How would you talk? How are you going to articulate yourself? What sort of personality do you have? What sort of things do you like doing? How do you portray yourself to other people? How do other people see you? What do you do for a living? How do you earn money? What are your relationships like with your family, your friends, your loved ones? Your children, if you've got any. Maybe you might want to manifest some kids, who knows. And then you just need to write all those things down. What do you dress like? What sort of things do you like to do for fun? What do you do with your newfound wealth? Like, and then how do things change? How do things progress for you? So you might say like, so last year I went on holiday to, there's a lot of sorry, I'm just getting really distracted, but all of a sudden I'm noticing there's like a lot of aeroplanes going over again. Like 2 like fighter jet things went over at the same time, like literally a couple of minutes ago, and then another one's just gone over taking the same route. Sorry, off on a little tangent there. I'll get back to my story. What I was talking about. I'm all over the place today, aren't I? I'm in a good mood. So yes, you need to write down literally every single aspect of your story. So where I went with mine, so I was like, right, what holidays did I have last year? I did New York, I did Ibiza, and I did Norway. So let's think, let's take it up a notch. What do I want to do this year? I haven't been on any holidays yet, so I've got some making up to do once this bloody lockdown's over. So then you need to think like, how can I take it up a notch? I had 3 pretty cool holidays last year. what am I going to do this year? Am I going to go to the same similar places but go more often? Or am I going to have just as many holidays or vacations, as Americans say, and then go to better places? What places do I want to go to? So then you literally need to look at every single aspect of your life and think like, how would that change? Well, if you're taking everything up a notch and you're shifting your identity into this new person, then how is it going to change? And you could even say like, how's your appearance going to change? You might be like, now, bit of a fat cunt, but then you could be like, I'm going to have like a fit body, and pardon my French, by the way, I do have bad language sometimes. But yeah, you need to literally go through everything, look at every single aspect of your life. Are you a student? Do you still want to be a student? Or do you want to be like, see you later degree, I'll just pay off my student loans and be an astronaut instead? I mean, that's a bit far-fetched, but who knows? Who knows? Elon Musk might just be like, hey pal, do you know what I mean? So you've got to just think, what do you actually really want? Stop thinking that this mediocre life is okay, or you might not even have a mediocre life. You might have a pretty alright life. I mean, I enjoyed my life anyway, but I'm still going to take it up a notch. So you can do that too. It's really distracting me. I'm so distracted today. I'm proper ADHD, aren't I? Yeah, so just think, how are you going to change your identity and take it down from the smallest things that are so simple right up to the biggest things? How's your diet going to change? What sort of restaurants are you going to eat at? What sort of shops are you now going to shop at? And then you really need to step into that identity and be like, I am this person now. This is who I am. And you need to start thinking like that person, acting like that person, become that person now, because that's how you manifest it. Don't just be like, yeah, that's kind of what I want, and yeah, I guess I'll have that someday. No, be confident, you are that person now. You are that person now, and you might feel a little bit crazy like, yeah, I'm definitely not all those things, but just step into it. You will feel a little bit crazy. It's like when I first started using affirmations, and I've spoke about this before, and when I first started using affirmations, I started using affirmations for self-love, and I was literally using these affirmations saying, I am beautiful, I have an amazing body. And when I was saying them, I didn't believe them. I was thinking like, what is this shit that I'm doing? Like, what am I doing? But then eventually in time, I didn't know about the brain and how neuroplasticity and the subconscious mind and everything works back then. Didn't know about reprogramming the brain. I didn't know that, I knew about the law of attraction and The Secret, but I didn't know that, I didn't have the full belief like I do now, that literally your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions and your feelings, they create your reality, and that's what you gotta do. So just step into it now. It doesn't matter how crazy you feel, doesn't matter whether you feel like you might get sectioned. Don't start thinking that, because then you'll manifest it. But yeah, so step into it now. Ignore the fact that you feel a little bit deluded or you feel like you're lying to yourself, because after a while you'll start seeing little bits of evidence around you, like, this is working, like I'm starting to notice this, I'm starting to notice that. Or you'll just start to like feel it and embody it, and you do actually really become it. And the more that you practice it on different things, I say with manifesting, start small. Like, start with something small. Like, think like, oh, do you know what, I need a new cheese grater, me. Like, if you're very first beginning to learn how to manifest, just think of something daft that you need, and then try and manifest that first. And then when you manifest it, it's literally like, nowhere as if. My friend was telling me the other day that she had been teaching her mother about manifesting, and her mum was a bit like skeptical and stuff. So she'd said to her mum this same thing what I say, like, start small. So her mum had said, right, okay then, let's sit down, let's meditate. And she was like, I need a new broom, I need a new brush, so let's meditate and manifest a new brush. They did that, and then later on her boyfriend came in with a brush, and now her mum is totally like, oh my god, I believe I manifest now. And she's getting bigger and bigger and bigger with her ambitions and stuff, and literally there's infinite possibilities. So just choose which one you want, step into it, become it. And the faster that you can step into that identity and shift your identity to become that person who they are, like, you also need to think about, this is something that I missed out, you need to think about, if you were that person right now and you stepped into that reality as that person, you became them, how would that person think? If you had way more money than you have now, what would you be thinking about your bills that you can't pay? Just ignore them. Honestly, it works. I said this to my friend before and he literally burst out laughing in my face, and I was like, yeah, but it works. I was like, I used this method before. And then he started using it, and this is a funny story. He's outrageous, by the way, he's proper outrageous. He had something like 27 parking fines, and I was like, well, just ignore them. And he did, and pop, they went away. And literally, so start small, get bigger, ignore your reality that you do not want in your reality, and honestly, it works. If you're thinking about it and you're worrying about it, it's not going to go away. You need to genuinely believe, like, that's not part of my reality anymore. And I know that some people will say that is really bad advice, you shouldn't ignore your debts, but that's what someone who lives in fear would say. So thanks very much for tuning in. If you want any advice with manifesting, you can check out my Patreon. It's in the description box. The details are in the description box if you want to check it out. There's 3 tiers. The first one starts at £3, and you can ask me anything you want. I put different videos on there, and I put scripting and stuff on as well to help you, but stuff on there that you don't get on here. So thanks very much for tuning in. Namaste.